We actually said it 48 years ago.
You're giving your age away. I'm a lot younger than you.
About 3 months. Coming up on the 7-minute mark. 7 minutes until the final heat of the winner-take-all APBA Gold Cup. As you can see with the camera, the video in the background, water conditions are ideal. We do feel a little bit of breeze up top here. Wind conditions, I'd say, Joe, less than 5 miles per hour. No effect on this water, but the water can get rough. This is the first time all weekend we'll have 6 unlimited hydroplanes out here on the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. 4 will start up on the front row. 2 will trail. Your front row starters will be the U6, Miss Home Street, U12, Graham Trucking, U1, Oxshire Marketing presents Delta Real Track, U7, Spirit of Detroit. Your trailer boats, U98, Graham Trucking, American Dream, U11, J&D's, presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. 6 minutes, 6 minutes away. Race before the race. Your lane is not assigned to you when you leave the pit area. You fight for it when the warm-up period begins at the 5-minute mark. Drivers will leave the dock, check with their spotters via two-way radio. You must maintain a 80-mile-per-hour speed in the warm-up period to the start line. All 6 boats are fitted with a beacon light atop the engine cowling. If you fall below 80 miles per hour during the warm-up period, you could be assessed a 1-minute penalty. Boats are eligible to leave the pit dock in 20 seconds at the 5-minute period. Final preparations being made. A lot of them have the lid closed. We'll see them point to the Ohio River Racecourse. We're approaching the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes until the 2019 APBA Gold Cup. Crank 'em up! First one out to the far right, Jimmy Shane, followed by Andrew Tate in the white craft, then Bert Henderson. J. Michael Kelly to your far left, the top 4 boats. That will be your 4 boats up on the front row of the final heat. Waiting for Tom Thompson to leave the dock. In the J&Ds presented by Reliable Diamond Tool and Corey Peabody in the red, white, and blue. U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. 5-lap final here on the Ohio River. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. There is the home street blue and white. Jimmy Shane driving for the citizens of Madison, Indiana. Perfect so far on the weekend. Jimmy Shane, a native of Havre de Grace, Maryland, now resides in Maple Valley, Washington. The 33-year-old driver looking for his 4th Gold Cup. Behind Shane, your defending champion, 29 years of age, Andrew Tate, out of Walled Lake, Michigan, driving the U1. Oxshire Marketing presents Delta Real Track. Behind Tate on the back straightaway, dominant red with the blue and white striping, Bert Henderson chauffeurs the U7 Spirit of Detroit. Bert Henderson out of Brockville, Ontario, Canada. Following Bert on the back chute, dominant red with the silver and black trim, your 2016 APBA Gold Cup champion, J. Michael Kelly out of Bonnie Lake, Washington, driving the U12 Graham Trucking. There's the veteran, 56 years of age, Tom Thompson out of Cambridge, Maryland, driving the U11 J&Ds presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. And they left the pit dock. They're in turn number 1 right now, the red, white, and blue. U98 Graham Trucking American Dream with Corey Peabody, 40 years of age, out of Kent, Washington. 2 minutes and 35 seconds until the start. Once again, your lane is not assigned to you. In what we call the race before the race, you saw J. Michael Kelly cutting front chute to back chute. That is a legal maneuver here in the race before the race. Kelly could cut left right now to cut back chute to front chute. That would be the area to do that on the back straightaway. 2 minutes and 10 seconds until the start. You can feel the tension here at the tower. You can kind of feel the tension along the shoreline. The citizens of Madison, Indiana, watching their boat that is entering turn number 2 right now, the favorite on paper. The Home Street Blue and White, U6 Miss Home Street. Jimmy Shane, 3 Gold Cups under his belt for the citizens of Madison. 2014 and 15 in the Alberto colors, 2017 in the Home Street colors. 140 away. Shane looks like now that beacon light I saw flash, and now he picked it back up. There's the fans. They're saluting their driver and boat. 130 away. Andrew Tate stalking behind Shane. Looks like Henderson will go to the outside. Kelly cut through the GP course. That was a legal maneuver. Here's this one once again. Back chute to front chute. Thank you, Tate. That is a legal maneuver. All right. Get that belt tightened one more loop if you're watching and listening at home, and also here on the shoreline. We're approaching the 1 minute period. It's come and gone. You have to have your lane assigned before the entrance pin of turn number 2 to the left-hand side of us here on the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. And Kelly cut through that track. Kelly cut through. He might be a little bit early on his timing, but he wants lane 1 desperately, the shortest way around. Kelly leads him up, followed by Shane. And now Kelly's going to have to cut again, and this might take his Gold Cup away. J. Michael Kelly super early on his timing marks, and Shane appears to be early. Shane appears to be early on the timing marks as well, and he is. You need to be there at 16 seconds, and Shane is super early at 20 seconds. Erratic score up here for the Gold Cup final. Shane in 1. Tate will go to 2. Henderson will go to the outside, and J. Michael Kelly made a mistake in the warm-up period. He'll be trailing back. An erratic start in the Gold Cup final. Here we come. We'll call it physically clean. Only boat that could have been over could have been the one. We're racing in the final heat of the 2019 APBA Gold Cup. Let's go to the drone, Kellen. Andrew Tate leads him down into turn number 1. Tate gets there first. Shane on the inside. Here's the battle we saw from these two last year. Tate exits in front. Tate a 3 boat length advantage. Shane in second by 3 boat lengths. And here we go. Tate in front, your defending champion. Shane driving for the citizens of Madison on the shoreline in second. Make it a 6 boat length advantage. Shane has the advantage. Shorter way on the inside. Tate gets there first. Now Shane making up ground on the inside. Shane to the buoys. Tate keeping him tight. And here we come. We'll come down to complete lap number 1. And Andrew Tate has found the most mustard for the final heat this weekend. In the U1, Oxford Marketing presents Delta Rail Track. Tate in front, Shane in second, Henderson in third, Kelly in fourth, Thompson in fifth, Peabody back to the pit dock, to the drone, Shane, now they're almost, and Andrew hit a hole and he hooked his, oh my goodness! And he went inside the race course. Could that be a violation? Tate gets struck by the rollers in turn number 1, and now Shane has a comfortable lead in Miss Home Street, and the crowd erupts on the shoreline here in Madison. Andrew Tate hit that hole, and we said that's the roughest part of this race course. You still have to negotiate. You still have to get around this track to win the Gold Cup. Here is Jimmy Shane. The crowd comes to their feet along the shoreline. 2 laps in and 3 to go for Jimmy Shane in front. Second place to Andrew Tate and Oxford Marketing, Delta Rail Track. Boy, Bert Henderson having a great weekend here in third. In Spirit of Detroit, J. Michael Kelly in fourth, and Tom Thompson in fifth. Back upstairs in turn number 1, now you see Shane has gone away from the pin some. If you dislodge one, that's a minute penalty. We'll check the ruling on Andrew Tate. I thought he went inside that safety zone. That could be a violation, but we'll call it physically. We're halfway through the 2019 APBA Gold Cup, and it's Jimmy Shane now comfortably out in front. Shane entering turn number 2. Andrew Tate continues to chase in second. Back about 2 rooster tails. We go above in turn number 2. Shane, you see they're working well away from the buoys. We'll come down to complete lap number 3. 6 miles in and 4 miles to go for Jimmy Shane to claim his 4th APBA Gold Cup. Boy, Boy, Andrew Tate give a fierce fight, but those rollers in turn number 1 nabbed him. They're in turn number 1 on lap number 2. Bert Henderson remains in 3rd. J. Michael Kelly in 4th. And now Tate going to the inside wake of Shane, the 29-year-old out of Michigan, not giving up. Trying to get inside Shane to sneak around him, maybe catch him napping. But you see the distance there on the camera. We're 3.5 in, 1.5 to go. It's about a 2 rooster tail advantage now. Tate trying to get to that inside wake of Shane, making up ground. The top 2 entering turn number 2, the bridge turn. Shane gets there first. And now Tate had to slide outside as Shane went closer to the pins. Probably got communication from radio man Mike Hansen. The white flag is displayed. 4 in the books for 1 more to go for Jimmy Shane and the APBA Gold Cup in front. Andrew Tate in 2nd. Oxer Marketing, Delta Real Track. Bert Henderson in 3rd in the Spirit of Detroit. J. Michael Kelly 4th. Graham Trucking. Tom Thompson remains in 5th. Jimmy Shane looking to win the Gold Cup for the 2nd time on home waters for the citizens of Madison, Indiana. Jim McCormick won the first one here for Madison, Indiana in 1971. Madison hosted the Gold Cup in 1979. Bill Muncie won it in the Atlas Van Lines. Dean Chenoweth took the 80 version here in the Miss Budweiser. The hometown boat is leading. Final turn, final lap. The fan sends it along the shoreline. He's coming wide. Here's your winner of the 2019 APBA Gold Cup at the 69th Madison Regatta, Jimmy Shane and Miss Home Street. Andrew Tate flies the U1. Oxer Marketing presents Delta Real Track across the line in 2nd. And what a weekend for this gentleman. Bert Henderson out of Brockville, Ontario, Canada. He flies it across in 3rd in the Spirit of Detroit. And that young man right there, our 16 champion, is going to be disappointed. Was well off his timing marks in the final. J. Michael Kelly will settle for 4th in the Graham Trucking as we see Tom Thompson on the back straightaway in the J&Ds presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. Bring Tom to the line. Off the turn. And Thompson will score those 127 in the 5th place position. And Corey Peabody came back into the pit dock. The U98's already on the crane slings after lap number 1. There is your unofficial winner of the 2019 American Powerboat Association Gold Cup in Madison, Indiana, Jimmy Shane in the U6 Miss Home Street. Jimmy's father and mother here this weekend, Robin and Stuart Shane. Jimmy's sons on site as well, the oldest Colton and the youngest Colton at age 3. Shane with the lid up. Also, too, barring tech inspection, he'll keep the National High Point standings lead when the boats travel out west, and you can hear the crowd in the background. He's got that lid up, and some of them have danced their way right down to the shoreline, to the edge of the water, to salute their champion, their boat. U6 Miss Home Street wins on home waters here in Madison for the 2019 APBA Gold Cup. Boy, beautiful shot from the drone, and the Jordan Bear, the public address announcer here at the Madison Regatta, getting the local faithful pumped up. Here in the fireworks, Milton, Kentucky. Gonna be a happy doc, and he's got his hands outside that capsule. He's clapping, he's a waving. Kind of has that Bill Muncie look when he used to bring the Blue Blaster in with the open cockpit. The late Bill Muncie would raise those two hands up in victory and clap to the fans. Jimmy Shane, 4th Gold Cup victory. Now he's wanting to climb out of that thing with it running. Oh, he's just wanting to wave to him. Right in front of us here, Tate will bring him to the dock. Crew celebrating. Boy, what an erratic score up it was. Nothing that I expected. I thought the top 4 in the front row would all be there right at the line at 0, but unfortunately that did not happen. Andrew Tate drove a dandy. He tried to defend his APBA Gold Cup, but those rollers in turn number 1 working the second lap got the defending champion out of Walled Lake, Michigan. There's Trey Holt, crewman for the Miss Madison, Miss Home Street team, greeting Jimmy Shane. See Cindy Shirley, last year's crew chief. She came in to help. There's Trevor Hansen, son of Mike Hansen. Jimmy waving to the fans, and now he'll take his gloves off, unbuckle the Hans device. Well, you can see in the background, you got that water rippling. It really gets rough here in Madison when you get 6 Unlimiteds out here on this 2-mile course. Helmet comes off. They're greeting him at the dock. Look like John Lashinsky there maybe with the first hug. Hard to tell here from this angle as you see the U1 going back on the trailer. Fourth APBA Gold Cup. I'm sorry, the 5th APBA Gold Cup for the citizens of Madison, Indiana. Jim McCormick in 1971, Jimmy Shane in 2014, 15, 17, and unofficially here in 19. Owen Blauman with H1 Unlimited is down. Let's go to Owen. Take it away.
Hugging each other, congratulating everybody. Jimmy, great run out there.
A wonderful race for Madison, Indiana. How about that?
We got a little tear in the eye here.
It's emotional. I mean, look at the support that I have out there on the crowd and the beautiful shorelines of Madison, Indiana on this river. And this means everything to me, but this means the world to the people out there. And I'm so happy that I can bring you guys not only another Madison win, but a Gold Cup. How about that?
In the home. Oh, bud.
What an amazing run. I mean, we had wonderful equipment all weekend long. I cannot thank my crew chief, Mike Hansen, everybody that helped me out this entire weekend. I just get to be the meat in the seat. That's all I am.
There you go. Well, we got a special guest coming down to congratulate you, the governor of Indiana.
Made it
Governor, what do you think of that race?
At the hometown. Well, congratulations.
It was just a wonderful experience all around this weekend. I can't thank everybody enough. What a beautiful city. I'm just very appreciative for everything you guys have given me, and I'm happy to this weekend.
Well, thanks for coming out. What was your vantage point? What did you think of that race?
Imagine being in the
Well, I'm down here with 2 big L's. Back up to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. Jimmy Shane getting a hug from Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. Eric's been here, Governor